Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the feature race at Monmouth Park on Sunday kicks off the 50-cent late pick forward as the $75,000 Lookin at Lucky Stakes for 3-year-olds traveling 6 furlongs. You can bet this race and this card with a DRF Bets account. Sign up, deposit $100, bet with $250. Learn all the details at bets.drf.com. Let's meet the sophomores getting set to step 3/4 of a mile in the Lookin at Lucky Stakes. Mike, the number 1 Sir Troubadour is 3-1 on the morning line. This horse won the Grade 3 Bashford Manor Stakes last year at Churchill Downs. That's what's known as one of those fast early, very slow late races.
Yeah, that's certainly true about that race. The good thing about this horse is he does have plenty of speed, and he has been pretty good from the gate in all of his races, so being drawn to the rail is probably not a problem for him. I liked his career debut a lot in the slop. Since then, I can't say that I like him a lot in any of his other races. He did win a Grade 3 as a 2-year-old, but, you know, it wasn't the most impressive win in the world. The horses that were second and third to him were 103-1 and 99-1, and it's not like he won that race all that impressively. He can get better as a 3-year-old, and he's got speed, and he's got pedigree, and he's got Asmussen in his corner, all those things. I'm not sure I'd want a short price on him, though.
I understand why they tried the turf in his next start. As you said, he's got that pedigree to handle the surface. But after that race, Asmussen was prepping him for the Champagne. He wanted to run him in that race, and something must have happened because we have not seen him since August. You're right that he does have speed down towards the inside, but according to the Timeform US pace projector, he could have company up front right next door with Bronzed and to the far outside with Fix Me a Sandwich. Let's begin with Fix Me a Sandwich. $20,000 claim back in February. This horse has run pretty well in his last 3 starts. In that Park Spring Derby, that horse is pretty good that beat him, Bethlehem Road. He got away to a very easy lead, but they were going fast up front. This horse was on a hard chase, and I thought he ran okay to be third. I like him cutting back in distance, and I like that he could be close, if not outright on the lead.
I mean, I like all those things too, and he's clearly a horse who's improved since Joseph Taylor claimed him. I mean, his form has really picked up because he wasn't very good at all early on. He's better now. I like him turning back. He's got a great post. I do think he has to improve again to beat this field, though.
Sombaye is another graded stakes winner in this field. He won the Sanford last year at Saratoga at this 6-furlong distance. After finishing 4th in the Hopeful, kind of a paceless race where he tried to work out an in-out trip and it didn't happen. They ran him in the Breeders' Futurity. He got bumped around. He sprang a shoe in that race, supposedly, and then he disappeared. Came back in the Gold Fever. You can give him plenty of excuses for that race, Mike. I mean, it was a really wet track. I don't think he seemed to handle it, but did you think he was going to be 11-1 in that race?
No, he didn't take any. It was very strange he didn't take any money. I mean, I'm willing to give him a pass for it. It was first off the layup. It's not like he was a superstar 2-year-old. He was okay. The sloppy track maybe just really worked against him last time. I'm going to put a line through that race. It doesn't make me love him in this race, especially if he's going to be a short price. But I'd be willing to give him a pass and give him a chance to take a step forward second time off the layup.
Chess Master, the number 3, only lifetime victory came on the turf that was sprinting at Tampa Bay Downs. The 2 dirt races just don't look very good on paper, where he beat 1 horse in both of those races. At least the horse that beat him on dirt 2 starts back came back to run second in a stake at Aqueduct on the turf with a 76 buyer, but I'm waiting until he gets back to the lawn.
Yeah, so far I like him better on turf, too. I don't like him in this race.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Lookin at Lucky Stakes, and I think you're onto something with the number 4, the Big S, because this horse's trip, let's be honest, it did not work out last time out at Keeneland.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he might have been best in that race.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he totally blew the start of that race. He tried a big 5-wide run around the turn, and he actually kept going to the end of that race. He did not run poorly at all. His win at Tampa, 2 starts back, he absolutely crushed that field. It was a very impressive win. And I think it's worth pointing out that this horse ran pretty well in his debut in a really good field at Saratoga, too. This horse can run, Dan. 6-1 on the morning line. I don't know if I'm getting it, but I take it for sure.
I'm using him certainly in any kind of multiple race wagers like the 50-cent pick 4. And I like that the blinkers are going on for Ray Handel, who does good work adding blinkers. This horse just seemed like he wanted to lug in a little bit in the stretch last time out after that poor break. Maybe he'll just focus better with the addition of blinkers. The number 2, Bronzed, from a buyer speed figure standpoint, he's right there. I mean, 87, 85, 80 in his last 3 starts. There are going to be some naysayers that say he failed the class quiz last time out in the Roar Stakes when he pushed winner Gladiator King all the way into the stretch and then faltered. I thought that was a legit race. I think that fig's legit. Gladiator King came back to run second in the Chick Lang with an 85 buyer. Garter and Ty came back to run second in the Big Drama at Gulfstream with an 88 buyer. Bronze might be making the lead or sitting second, and if he runs one of his figs, he's going to be right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's another horse who's really improved off the claim. I mean, I have a tough time evaluating because when he did win the first 2 stars for service, he just got absolutely loose in those races. I mean, never faced a challenge either time. Last time when he did have to do some racing, he beat one horse home. He didn't run terribly in there, but he beat one horse home. I do think this will be tougher for him. We'll see what kind of price he is. Dan, 8-5 on the line. He's all yours at that price. I think he might drift off of that.
I think he might drift up a little bit. I'm going 2-4-6-5 while concentrating on the 2 and the 4 in multis. You like the big S. What price do you need to play him to win? Who else would you use, if any, in the multis?
I went 4-5-1 for my picks. I guess I could give Sombaye another chance in this race, but I really like the 4 in here. I'm hoping to get about 3-1 on him.
Nice stakes race to kick off the late pick 4 at Monmouth on Sunday. Play it with a DRF Bets account. Deposit $100. Bet with $250. DRF Bets is easy as ready, set, bet. An approximate post time for the Lookin at Lucky, 4:45 Eastern. Good luck.